In contrast to that picture, do you find this one more or less attractive, and if so, why?
I don't think it's a matter of feeling more or less, thinking she's more or less attractive rather. I feel less uncomfortable because there's something somewhat more sexual about it. Maybe it's, I don't know, her full breasts and her red lips. Though having said that, that's equally as unnatural for a body to be that overweight.
Okay, and why do you think red lips makes a woman look more attractive or more sexual?
Because of the colour red, the implications of the colour red suggests, well, it's got a very, very romantic connotations, roses, heart, blood, and typically if you're dressing a woman, or the ideology of a woman to be sexy, in your head she's got red lips. So the femme fatale has red lips.
And in contrast to that picture, the second picture I showed you, do you find this more or less attractive, and if so, why?
No, I don't find it attractive at all. It's a big woman, she's got a beautiful face, but she's morbidly obese, and if she covers herself over, that's fine, I don't have to see that, but to look at that, no, I find that not nice at all.
And what do you think about the position that both of the women are in? Do you think it's right that they're posing that way?
No, I find it provocative. And even a girl that was normal weight and in the same position, I would find provocative also.
In contrast to that picture, I showed you another picture. Do you believe that that is more or less attractive than the first picture, and if so, why?
It's no more attractive than the first one.
No.
And the reason it's not attractive is that it's not the way the human form should be.
Okay, and do you think the woman in the picture would argue against that?
Probably. Because she's obviously happy in her own skin, in her own body.
Right, okay.
To have done the picture.
And do you think a lot of women are happy in their own skin, like that?
No.
You
Definitely
don't?
not, no.
And in contrast to that picture, do you find the second picture any more attractive or less attractive, and if so, why?
Probably more attractive than the first one because she's more of a real woman than the first picture.
Right, okay, and what do you consider to be a real woman?
Someone who's curvy, but not too skinny, and someone who's got curves on her.
And in contrast to that picture, in regards to the second picture I showed you, do you find this more or less attractive, and if so or not, then why?
More so attractive.
Why?
She looks like she can hold her own weight, and she looks like she's got a sassy personality.
Do you think she looks more confident than the first
more
picture? And in reference to the second picture I showed you, do you find this any more or less attractive to the first, and if so or not, then why?
No, I don't find it attractive at all. It seems to symbolise excess of food, and it seems to symbolise the power of the multinationals who are pumping cheap food and putting fat ingredients that make you fat in everyday foods that people buy. And you know, most people in the developed world maybe not most people, but a lot of people in the developed world are obese or overweight.
So you see it as sort of a negative advertisement then?
Yeah, very negative. Although there are kind of sub-cultures, you know, people who find, you know, very thin people or very fat people attractive, you know, even erotic perhaps. But I think they're, you know, in the minority on the whole. It just looks gross.
Okay, and in reference to the second picture, do you find this any more or less attractive than the first, and if so or not, then why?
I think I found it equally as unattractive, possibly less, because again, she's unhealthy and she looks personally happy, which is fine, but she's not healthy, so yeah.
Do you think she looks happier than the first model?
No,
The same or any less?
slightly less, but I think that's just her pose. I don't think that has anything to do with how comfortable she is. She's clearly comfortable with her own body.
And in reference to the second picture I showed you, do you find this any more or less attractive than the first, and if so or not, then why?
I admire her confidence, but I find it quite unappealing. I wouldn't expect to enjoy a partner who was that large.